WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Newman, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
Hi, I'm Dr. Louis Boynton, and I'm a clinical psychologist here in Georgia. Please join us every week, Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. here at 99.1 WQEE for our show, Health, Happiness, and Harmony, show in which we talk about positive psychology and things that can help to make your mental health life better.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partner.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Good morning. Welcome to WQEE 99.1. I'm Donna.
And I am Bruce.
And this is Lyrical Wisdom. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
How are you on this beautiful, fine day after a day of solid rain?
Solid rain out there, grayness and fog. I enjoyed that. I felt like I was in the Misty Mountains of, I think that's the Misty Mountains. Isn't that a Led Zeppelin song? But I just really felt like I was in a different world over the last couple of days that we had that rain. I kind of enjoyed it. But yeah, today is back to, I don't know what you call this weather, but
bright,
it's
sunshiny day.
A bright, sunshiny day. Oh, yeah.
Another song.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's the way my brain works these days, Bruce.
This is amazing. No, I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have some really cool stuff coming up this morning.
Oh, I agree, Bruce.
Yeah.
I agree. And the first thing I'd like to do is give a shout out and say thank you to all of you who are here present on the radio here at 99.1 FM listening to us.
Yes, thank you.
And also thank you for all of you that have gone on YouTube, and thank you for liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel,
yes.
Lyrical Wisdom Show.
Yes, Lyrical Wisdom Show. Sorry to interrupt you there. I am, yes, we are. I don't know if you can hear it in our voice because it probably sounds very monotone right now, however, on my end. But we are very excited about the YouTube channel. We're very excited about what's happening with that and the fact that we have people going on there making comments, putting in some comments, putting in some requests.
We got a request on our YouTube.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and it came from a Randall.
Yes.
And I want you to know, Randall, if you're listening this morning on the radio, your request from YouTube will be live on the radio next week.
Next week, yes.
Next week. Today we're doing another request, and I'm curious, Bruce. I'm just wondering, because this is a request that was sent here to the radio show a little while ago.
It was.
But it comes from a Randall in Alabama. Could be the same one. And if it is, we love you, Randall. Thank you so much for listening.
We definitely,
and
yes. We definitely love and appreciate
and
you
engaging, because that is what really, really helps us do this show, to know that the audience is engaging.
Yes, well, it's confirmation that you're out there listening to us, and
yes.
Anybody that's talking to another person, that confirmation that that person is listening to you is just very special, and it is respectful, and it is showing love and appreciation for what we are doing, and that's why we want to say that we love and appreciate you. Yes, thank you very much. We are
deep appreciation.
Deep appreciation. The show on YouTube, Lyrical Wisdom Show. Just type Lyrical Wisdom Show into the search engine. You can find us there. Or you can type in Lyrical Wisdom 888.
At Lyrical Wisdom 888.
You. Perfect save. What a great save. Thank you, Donna. It's the at sign. At Lyrical Wisdom 888. And now you can find Lyrical Wisdom on YouTube under 99.1 ROR Penitentiary. And please go and check out what they have to offer there, because 99.1 has a lot of new shows, I believe, right now. Things that are changing and happening right now that's very exciting with our current listenership out there, and we're very excited about that too. So you can send in your requests to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com, and you can also send them to 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com.
Yes. Are you ready, Bruce?
That was a little bit of a ramble.
Sorry. No, it's okay. It's exciting. I just realized that I'm in this space of just loving being here now.
Yes, we are very excitable, because being here right now is just incredible for the both of us. To you listening out there, I'm speaking to you because I can't always speak for Donna. I can say that what she just said resonates with me, and we love doing this show. We love being here talking about this. And we've got a great song from Randall. And like we said, we don't know if it's the same Randall. We're just excited about the fact that we had a request in hand. And then we also had one from our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We can't tell you guys how exciting that is, just to be able to say that. Like, that's just something that makes you feel like it's confirmation, like we said, that people are out there returning the love that we are sharing with you today.
Yes. So here's your love in wisdom from the lyrics of "Oh Well" by Fleetwood Mac.
I can't help about the shape I'm in. I can't sing. I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin. But don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to. Oh well. Now, when I talked to God, I knew He'd understand. He said, "Sit by me, and I'll be your guiding hand. But don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to." Oh well. This next one is just as much your member as it is ours. It's one of our sad case of our drummer, Mac Fleetwood, having to go 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years without a little bit of, which 2 years he went without it. And during that time, he did indulge in a bit of self-styled psychedelic handshaking. I'm sure all the men would appreciate that it does always seem to come down to a time when you've got to do the rattlesnake shake.
Thank you, Randall. There's a song by Fleetwood Mac called The Rattlesnake Shake.
There is. And in preparation for this song, we actually looked at that song, and it's mainly because we were trying to also remember a word salad song that we did one time. And it kept coming back to me, and I kept thinking, was that a Fleetwood Mac song that we did as a word salad song? But the point is that this song has the same lyrics in it as that Rattlesnake Shake. I mean, hello, it says Rattlesnake Shake right there, and there's another song, I know that's pretty obvious. However, we made sure that we had, I want to say, a little context.
Yes, thank you. So let's do this, Bruce.
Let's dive right in.
I can't help about the shape I'm in. I can't sing, I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin.
But don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to.
to me, this is a conversation between two people.
Yes.
In other words, I don't think I am that attractive. I'm not in shape. I definitely can't sing. I'm not pretty, which to me, I think of women when I think of pretty. I don't necessarily think of men. And that could be from just, growing up having that definition of handsome versus pretty. Because women aren't handsome, men are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I've never called a man pretty.
Yeah.
I've always called him either good looking or handsome. And so for me, pretty is he's speaking to a woman, but perhaps not. I don't know.
Well, that's interesting. You're right. It is something that I agree. The word pretty is definitely used more in the sense of describing a female being, if you will.
Correct.
Than a male being. And I say that with the respect of the fact that if you go back in, I want to say in history, I don't know if movies and television shows are accurately depicting the vernacular of those days, because sometimes in those shows that are historical, they actually take the word handsome and use it as a reference to a woman,
really?
To a female. Yeah.
Fascinating.
And then if you fast forward, I think, to nowadays, and I'm going to say fast forward to my generation of time, I definitely can remember being around friends in the backwoods of Perry County, Pennsylvania, and having men that would describe themselves very proudly as hillbillies, and they would also say,
I'm a pretty boy.
That's right.
It's coming back now.
Use that word in a
Yep.
certain way because of the fact, and this is the rub on that, and I think this is important to kind of think of, is that pretty is definitely being used as a more feminine description, but in a way they're using that respect for the word and for the female in describing the male. And it's because of the fact that there are some very, I want to say, very handsome men that have that quote-unquote pretty quality to them.
Right. There's that rugged look.
Yeah.
And then there's that smooth, shaved, pretty boy look.
Yeah.
I guess is what
you're hitting the nail on the head. I don't know if that's, everybody out there is probably thinking, I wonder if this is on the edge of being a little bit, what do we call that, edgy. But I don't know. I'm
That's
just going to
okay.
say that I think that is exactly where I'm thinking this could come from. But the point being, Donnie, you hit the nail right on the head. In every single case, there is always a little sprinkling of the female in the word pretty.
Yes.
You can't get around it. Mm-hmm. It's always kind of hinted there. And if you even think of things that somebody would describe that they think of as beautiful, they will look at that and, oh my goodness, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was famous for saying that word. He what did he say? I'm so pretty, or I think that really
he flies like a butterfly.
He flies like a butterfly,
and he's stung like a bee.
And stung like a bee. And so it's just, there's a way of describing certain things in our world as so pretty. I kind of want to think of like a beautiful classic car, or different. Just
artwork. I mean, you can look at a tree, you can look at nature, you can look at anything.
And the reason why I actually grabbed the classic car is because it's looked at so masculinely.
Yes.
Collecting cars and old, muscle cars, it's looked at such a masculine kind of hobby. And you could look at this, honestly, a beautifully restored classic car, and you could legitimately say, that car is so pretty, or a motorcycle, that thing is so pretty. There are just certain ways that you can use that, but it is always with the feminine sprinkled in.
Yes.
And I think
so here, Fleetwood Mac, they're being very direct.
Yes,
they're saying, look, I know I can't help about the shape I'm in.
Yeah.
I know I can't sing. I know I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin.
Yes.
But don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to.
Yes.
Oh well. And oh well is the name or the title of this song.
Yes.
So for me, I think the oh well is there comes a time in our life when we have to just quit defining who we are by our exterior, by what we look like. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I am so with you.
There comes a time when oh well has to be like this understanding of it doesn't matter what you look like, it matters what's inside.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and that's to me, that's the very beginning of it. It's the acknowledgement. Basically, the lyrics are saying what we're saying. Oh well.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. I look like this. I have that. This is this. This is that. This is me.
Right.
I am this.
And I know.
I'm not.
Right. I'm speaking my truth.
Yeah.
And right here and now, if I speak my truth about you, in other words, don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give you the answer that you want me to. In other words, if I keep speaking my truth, I might hurt you.
Yeah.
And oh well, do you understand?
Yep.
It's like it comes to a time when you have to just realize that we all are beautiful beings.
Yes, we are.
We all are just gorgeous, sovereign beings from the divine.
Pretty beings. We are
Yes.
male or female. We are all the same. We are all these beautiful things, and we are.
And he definitely understands
Yes.
that, I understand that there's things that people attach themselves to, like looks.
Yes.
And I don't want to, I don't want to make you hurt. I don't want to cause trauma.
Yes.
By being truthful. So, oh well.
Yeah, but that's the beautiful part of that kind of disclaimer, if you will, is in the next paragraph they go into what I was going to comment on with that, and it says, "Now, when I talked to God, I knew He'd understand. He said, 'Sit by me, and I'll be your guiding hand.'" And to me, that's exactly what this is saying. It's saying, okay, yeah, oh well, I am these things, and if you ask me, because I am being honest, I know I have my things that somebody might not see, but I love myself, so I don't care. So, oh well, but I'm going to sit here with God, and God is saying the same thing to me. He's
Right.
like, I love you. I'm going to be your guiding hand. God does not care what what we think our disparities are. God does not care that we think that we don't look that great. We have skinny legs. We have this, maybe I use deodorant every day, but there is definitely a stink to Bruce. Who knows? I just know that, God doesn't care. He's going to be my guiding hand. He's going to be your guiding hand no matter what. Sit by me and I'll be your guiding hand. But don't ask him what he thinks of you, because, you might not get the answer that you really want to. But you're sitting with God, so you know what? Oh, well. I mean, really,
we can also go deeper there, Bruce, because I know that God will never think badly of you.
Yes, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're beautiful
Yes.
in every way. You are perfection to Him.
Yeah.
So what He's saying is, don't ask me what I think of you. I may not give the answer that you want me to. In other words, I think you're beautiful and I love you. And that person is like, they can't take that because they're so stuck in, I'm not good enough.
Yes.
I'm not worthy of God's love.
Yes.
I'm not enough. And so it's hard for them to take that in.
That was just like when I saw you reaching for the honey that day. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, and that's exactly what I was thinking, because a lot of times we see ourselves, even if we are able to confirm or acknowledge what we see, what we think, now we've gotten to that point where, okay, I don't care. I love myself for what I am. Then we sit with God. Mm-hmm. And God's like,
I'll be your guiding hand.
Because you're perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be, God loves you, like, as this perfect thing. Like, looking at you like you're like him or them or whatever, you know. It's, like, so shocking to us to think that we are that thing that is able to sit with God, you know, the namaste in all of us and all of everybody. And it's like, holy cow, how do we accept that? Are you serious? You know, and so,
because they expect God to give them the same answer they've got in their head.
And why would God think of that?
I'm not in shape, I can't sing, I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin. Yeah. And God's going to say, you are so beautiful.
You're amazing.
You are so handsome.
Yes, you're so beautiful. Beautiful.
You are so pretty.
Sorry. Yes. And it's funny because that doubting Thomas, if you will, all the things that come out that just want to take away those beautiful thoughts that are inside of us.
So this next one is just as much your member as it is ours. In other words, the family, the group, whatever.
We are all the same.
Exactly. It's one of our sad case.
Yes, I'm sorry, Donna. Go ahead.
Oh, sad case of our drummer. His name is Mick, but in the lyrics here they call him Mac Fleetwood.
Yes, and that's funny because we found that out in the other Rattlesnake Shake song, because we had to check it out. And it's funny because as some people are thinking, when we read that, it's one of our sad case of our drummer Mac Fleetwood. A lot of people are thinking, didn't you say that wrong? Shouldn't you say Fleetwood Mac? But that's the name of the band. This is the name of the person.
But they could have, that was probably his nickname or something. They call him Mac, but his real name is Mick Fleetwood.
I think Brian just gave us confirmation.
Yes.
Yes.
Having to go 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years without a little bit of, which 2 years he went without it.
Sorry.
So what is it?
That was such a sacrifice for that Mick. I'm sure, he really had to. That's what it sounds like to me. This is one of the reasons why I love this song. And if you've noticed
he had to go.
He had to. It's a little more dramatic. They're getting a little more into the nuance of these words here.
Right.
And so, 2 years he went without it. And during that time, he did indulge in a bit of self-styled psychedelic handshaking. I'm sure all the men would appreciate what it does I'm sure all the men would appreciate that it does always seem to come down to a time when you've got to do the rattlesnake shake. Now, this is, he did indulge in a bit of self-styled psychedelic handshaking, and I think that the psychedelic would be mental, in his head, and also envisioning, and like visualizing and envisioning, making the connection of imagination and what would be imagination and what would be what you're seeing kind of in your own daydreaming state. I think is an accurate way to kind of try to describe it to everybody out there. And in that indulgence of this self-styled imagination, psychedelic handshaking, I would say the if you're thinking about a self-styled, which would be all by yourself, handshaking by yourself, that's very difficult.
Because it's psychedelic, Bruce.
It's mental. So I'm just going to put the word out there that this is describing. I'm sure all the men would appreciate that it does
all the men. It doesn't include women, so only men can do this self-styled psychedelic handshaking, the rattlesnake shake.
The rattlesnake shake. And this is basically masturbation. And so that is what this is referring to in its own subtle way, and that is what they call the rattlesnake shake. And in that way, that's where it has kind of taken a little bit of a twist to a loneliness factor, or just kind of being alone in that kind of a moment. And I guess we could call this the one kind of way of looking at self-care.
Yes, because also I see it as like for 2 years now. So for me, all of this is, I've had this attitude of, oh well, oh well, oh well.
Yes.
And I haven't really taken time for self-care.
Yes.
Whether it is a salt bath, a manicure, I'm talking women's stuff now. But it to me, it's an accumulation of this pent-up frustration.
Yes.
Pent-up energy.
Yes.
That for men, it's I don't know, other than just saying it, for men, it's very physical. that in the morning time, the frustration and the energy that's being held within the body is very, very physical within their body. And they have to release it. There comes a time in your life where you have to let go of all that pent up energy. It has to go.
It has to be released.
And
yes.
For us in our wellness center and all, we do beautiful things like dancing and just allow the body to move.
Yes.
To move the energy out.
Yeah, and that's the part of the shake that we're really referring to, is that there's this handshake. There is this idea, we did use the reference of masturbation here with this song, because that's, what, in a way, that's what you can translate from these words into. You can translate that from the Rattlesnake Shake song, that is also a Fleetwood Mac song, to this song. But at the same time, there has to be a release. You are absolutely correct.
Right,
there has to be that
right.
release. And you're right, because men do. There is no doubt. We as a species, if you will, have this tendency to follow through with physical activity to release pent-up energy. That is absolutely, you couldn't have hit the nail more on the head, because that's what we do with sports. That's what we do with hobbies and activities.
And you know what the beautiful thing is, Bruce? Everybody, tonight's the perfect time to let go of your pent-up energy.
That's a very
Tonight
good, yes.
is the full moon, and
Yes.
it's not just a full moon, it's a super full moon.
Yes.
And it's the perfect time to release.
It is.
Release. Write
Release
down everything
those.
you want to get rid of,
Yes.
all those frustrations, all those pent-up energy.
Go howl at the moon.
Oh, yeah,
That's a really
Stomp
good
on
one.
the ground.
Yeah, there was,
Shake it out.
Yeah, there was a dance that I watched from back in the day. It was the Shakers from back in the day. They would get together, and it was actually a religious practice, but it is just getting your body shaking and moving. Just like Donna said, at House of Light, they have all kinds of different ways to encourage that, and
Yes.
that is no joke.
Wow, Randall, this is so synchronistic that we're doing this song
It is.
today. I
Holy
just,
cow.
I just put it all together. That's why we're,
That's why we're here.
here. We find beautiful wisdom
Yes.
to share through lyrics. So all of you listening today, thank you so much for being here. Remember, let it go. Tonight, it's a full moon in Taurus. So remember, send your requests to
lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or you can send them to 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. Or you can also send them to Lyrical Wisdom Show on YouTube. Just search Lyrical Wisdom Show. Or you can also search at Lyrical Wisdom 888. That's at Lyrical Wisdom 888.
And thank you so much. Remember, next week we'll be doing our very first YouTube requests
Hooray.
from Randall.
Thank you.
Thank you.